Hello, welcome to the At Cause podcast. I got Elisa, Frank as I know her. Her married name is Lupton. Elisa, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So Elisa and I grew up together. We, what is it, sixth grade?
Yes.
Wow, that's way, way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. She tried to get me out of her life several times, but we just keep coming back together. However, we've been working now. How long have we been working together? 4 years? 5 years?
Well, officially, yeah. I mean, we've worked together before that in different roles.
She fired me.
No,
but no, we worked together for about 5 years now.
Yep.
It's been great.
It's been a lot.
It's been
really great and a lot.
Yeah, really great and a lot. So what's been going on with you? What's new?
Just getting over a little cold, a little post-holiday cold here, but I have to say I can't complain.
Tis the season.
Tis the season.
All right.
All I have is a cold. I can't complain since we're in a tridemic, whatever it's called.
A tridemic?
Yeah. I think that's what the new
I haven't
word
heard that one yet.
That's the new word for the RSV, flu, and COVID situation we've got going on right now.
Yeah.
We're dating this podcast, but that's okay.
Yeah, like 50% of the office is out sick or a really bad post-holiday hangover. I don't know which one it is.
We're not going to call them one. It's the holidays.
Right,
yeah.
exactly right.
Cheers.
We'll just coast through this week and
go.
get to the new year.
There we go.
So speaking of that, we have the new year coming up. Any New Year's resolutions for you?
Oh, I've got to get to physical therapy. So I've had this back issue that a lot of people know I've been dealing with, like this pinched nerve thing.
Ugh.
And I got a cortisone shot, and I'm finally feeling better, but I've got to strengthen my core to support my back issue, which is great because then it makes me get in shape.
All right.
So typical New Year's resolution.
Yeah, typical New Year's resolution, just for different reasons.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Side
good.
effect of, conditioning for a sport is you lose weight. So, I'll just look at it that way.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
What about you?
I don't necessarily have any New Year's resolutions. I have goals for the year.
That's good.
But no, like in the new year, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
I'm doing something with the family for the first time, and it's actually tonight. And that is obviously I do like strategic planning for business, but we're doing like a little family strategic planning. Like, so this is the first time. My kids are 12, 15, and 17. So I got one of them here in the podcast studio.
Hi,
hey, buddy. But yeah,
That's
So doing that tonight.
I'm very interested to hear how that goes.
I will let you know.
Please, that's super cool.
They might all want to kill me.
It's interesting though to look at like your family and like let's make some plans together and set goals and I don't know.
Let them have a say and not just dad planning vacations and taking them to places that they may or may not want to go.
Yeah.
Or just, what are we doing on these weekends and what do we want to accomplish, right?
Yeah.
So they can look this time next year, be like, hey, 2023 rocked it, right?
Yeah.
So
cool.
That's the plan.
I like it.
We'll see how it works. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
So Elisa is our chief strategist, comes up with all the master plans for our clients when they come to us, looking for direction and looking for a better plan. So I would love for you just to tell us a little bit about what you do. Maybe we can start with like, where are some of our customers like when they come to us?
Yeah.
When they're not even a customer yet, where they're saying, hey, they're raising their hand saying, I need help with this. What buckets are they in?
Yeah, they're either lots of times they're maybe a few years into their business and they now have gotten a feel for what they think their audience is and what a feel for who their core products are, and they want to scale and they want to grow. So coming at that time in the relationship seems to be a commonality, but then also coming into family businesses that are third generation and they've been doing things the same way because that's the way they've always been done, and looking at what their brand is now and what it was then, and if it makes sense to continue on in that fashion. Most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time we need to actually look at refreshing the brand in some way, shape, or form, rework how their marketing looks now versus how it looked 100 years ago.
Right.
And it sounds like common sense, but it's shocking how many businesses are, successful, so they don't want to change. The fear
Right.
of change might be a detriment versus looking at things in a way of saying, what are the possibilities if we do change?
Right.
So I see both of those.
Looking at the sunshine versus the darkness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, out of, looking at it inquisitively and the possibilities versus out of fear.
Right.
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 Yeah.
And I will say, just real quick to that is like you said, they've achieved some sort of success. Obviously, if they're third generation or second generation and they've been operating for 25, 30, 50, 100 years, we have those businesses and have worked with them and still work with them. But, I've always seen in businesses that profit covers a multitude of sins, right? So, you can be profitable and be successful, but that almost leaves you stagnant and not willing to make a move,
Yeah.
to grow and get further along in the business.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point you bring up.
Yeah, and I think we've really found ways that we can partner with those customers and help them explore where they are and then where they want to be. And they might not have thought of that before. It sounds like a simple enough question, like, where do you want to be? Like just saying, well, what's your 5-year goal? What's your 10-year goal? When someone asks me that, I'm always like, hold on a second. I'm just like living.
I wrote
day
this
to
down
day.
somewhere. Hold
yeah,
on.
Yeah, hold on. What is my goal? So just asking the questions
Yeah.
and getting them to rethink where they are and where they want to be helps to drive the goals and the deliverables, both short term and long term. And then the strategy is born out of that.
Right. Totally. So do you see those are kind of the two buckets?
Yeah, I feel like those are the two main buckets that I see a lot. Is earlier on, less than 5 years, and or that generational business. I'm sure there's
That's
some
looking
other
to shake
ones,
things
but
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, got
there's
it.
some in betweeners, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I feel like we end up working with and doing well for a lot of our customers. That's what their desire is.
Right.
And then the other common thread is wanting a strategic marketing partner versus a vendor.
Right.
We're not,
Explain
we're just
that.
not a vendor. Okay,
Explain
so like, other agencies, even other marketing companies.
I know you hate packages. You could weave that into it.
Weave in
Packages.
Well, so packages help for pricing, right? And they help to make sure
Yeah.
that your pricing as an agency is in line with your deliverables so that you can actually deliver what you say you're going to do and make money while you're doing it. The problem with packages is that just marrying a couple packages together just doesn't really meet the needs of an individual business in most cases. It
Right.
can help with giving us figuring out pricing, but we need to be flexible enough to say, you know what, this business really needs a deep dive in their reputation management, and we're going to need to do some brand discovery and a customer journey map to understand what's going on with their reputation and to help
Right.
fix the problem and not just slap a Band-Aid on it with a reputation management program.
Right.
So I think just having that deeper conversation with our customers allows us to then truly partner with them, and then we're in it with them. We're not just, saying, okay, we're checking the boxes of the things that you signed up for us to do. Because at the
Right.
end of the day, they're more than likely not going to stay with us because we're not going to be able to move the needle for just checking boxes.
Right. If we're just writing content and running ads.
Yeah,
And,
and we're not reporting and making changes off the reporting and all of that sort of thing. We're not just reporting, we're getting feedback, and we're
Right.
finding out, okay, we just kicked butt and we're on the first page of Google for several keywords organically. Is that impacting your business like we thought it was going to?
right. Exactly right.
Right. And if it's
Did it-
not, then
did it make-
are there different keywords we need to rank for? Like, why isn't
Yeah.
it impacting? Right.
Did we take home more money today?
Yeah.
Did we impact more people, more customers, more employees? Yeah. Yeah. The things that matter.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what, explain to me a little bit of that process. Like, how does that get started? How do you even start the conversation when somebody's coming to you really for, what I would suggest is a prescription. They have an ailment, they have lack of sales, they have, as you say, a reputation, issue. We've come across customers with all these problems,
Right.
right? So how do you go about that?
Well, I think the prescription analogy is a good one because a lot of times our customers end up coming to us with an ailment, so to speak, and they think they know what the fix is. And we have to really diagnose whether that fix is the right fix and the only fix that's going to fix their problem. And
Right.
then do we just want to fix that problem, or do we want to expand upon that and look at it holistically?
Right.
So that's where I take the opportunity to do a full discovery with a customer, and so that we can really understand their business, understand their goals, and, pull the curtain back and really know, everything that we're dealing with. So we're not just prescribing a lead generation campaign because they say they need more leads.
Yeah.
We know what services they need more leads for and why, and what's most profitable for them and why, and how we can scale that part of their business.
Right.
We know that, they have, if they're a service-based business, they have 5 trucks, and, at capacity, they need, 60 more jobs over the next 6 months to get them to that point where they can get that next truck and grow to the next level that they want to be at. Understanding all of that is really where we need to start, so that we can put the plan together. That's going to be, the prescription that they need.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you just brought up a really good point in business. I've been running a business for 18 years, and seeing the different levels that are needed to achieve, right? When I bought the business, it was $400,000 annually in sales, right? And it was like, there was this mile marker of, I need to get to $1 million, right? And then got to $1 million. I need to get to $2.5 million. That was like these magical numbers of I need to get to $5 million. I need to get to $10 million. And so it was, there are always plateaus, right? That you need to push to get to, because fixed costs grow as you grow. And then there's maximizing a level of production at a fixed cost.
Right.
And then you have to make the jump again.
Right.
And then you have to it never ends, turns
Right.
out, right?
Right.
And it's just, you're on this journey of growth, and realizing that, stepping back and saying, hey, I'm not going to do this one time. I'm going to do this hopefully 100 times, right? And try to achieve that, and having a system and process in place to know, hey, when I need to put the throttle down, I have that ability.
Right.
But then I need to back off. We need to settle. We need to let things figure themselves out. We need to build processes around where we are at this level, and then it's going to be time to grow again.
Yep.
That's super important. And I think my business is not unique. I think in every business they have these tiers that are need to be achieved. So, knowing that and going into that with a strategy of getting them to the next tier is super important.
Yeah.
I love it.
too.
So, what is? Give me one really good customer story. Do you have any?
Yeah. Well, one that I love is a customer that came to us a couple years back, e-commerce, which I really like. It's different because not all of our customers are e-commerce, but it's
Right.
very transparent in terms of the ROI.
Right. Yeah.
So it's sort of like,
It's a
woo.
double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, but it's exciting too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you did stocks, I don't know how to do stocks, but I would imagine if you know how to do stocks, investing and you're watching it make money. So it's sort of like the thrill of that.
Can $5 make 10?
Yeah,
Right?
can $5 make 10? And how many times can I keep putting $5 and make 10? Is it endless? Normally not. Might
Right.
have to change up your audience, change up your targeting, change up your messaging. Anywho, so a couple years ago, a customer came to us, e-commerce, didn't know if they were making money or not making money. Thought they were probably not making money, but weren't even sure how to look. And we took a look under the hood, and, things just weren't even connected to even know, what the ROI for their ad spend was.
Right.
Pixels weren't firing correctly to tell, the machine what was working
And when your
what wasn't
pixel's
working.
not firing correctly, you have a problem.
Yes, those pixels need to fire correctly, or we are not in business. So we were able to fix everything, see really how bad things were. They were spending double what they were making, so in the hole. And then after a few months of work, we got them out of the red and into the black. And then
All right.
now, they're, when I look at their ROI from when they started to us to now, we're up 300%.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
great.
that's fun, and I know
Yeah.
we have similar instances with other types of businesses. It's just not as black and white as something like that, where
Yeah.
it's just right there in the numbers with the revenue.
Yep. I would say Thank you. That's a awesome story. My favorites are usually from the generational businesses.
Yeah.
Is the story of they tried something. You know, I tried the Google ads, or I tried the Facebook. Facebook doesn't work for us, or something along those lines. And TikTok is for kids. You know, these broad statements of these are content platforms, right? So you just have to make the right content for the platform.
It's not the medium, it's the message.
Right.
So
Totally.
Yeah.
And so when they're very skeptical, and then we turn it around and make a gold mine for them in a
believers.
platform that they didn't believe would even work, right?
Yeah.
Or have even tried it, right? So that's probably my best
yeah, what's
customer
funny
story.
about digital marketing is that anybody can do it. So, there's business owners who, I tried Google ads. I went in there, I did what they said to do, and it just spent a lot of money. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, you can't just, it's there's a lot to it. It's
They want you to spend money.
Oh, they'll take your money. They make it easy to take your money.
Yes,
And they don't, I don't think they're, there's any nefarious plot here. I think it's just, it takes a lot of work for the right people to do the analytics, to set up all of the development stuff that needs to be set up right. All the creative needs to be on point, and everything has to be cohesive. And it just takes a lot of different types of skill sets to even have one Google campaign go well.
Right. Yeah. Well, thank you for doing what you do, Elisa.
Oh, it's
I
my
appreciate it.
absolute pleasure.
I know. It makes you
absolutely
happy.
love
It makes you smile.
It does.
Yeah. There's a twinkle in her eye when she talks about Google ads.
I don't know what it is about the Google ads, but it's always got me. Hook, line, and sinker.
Well, Lisa, thanks for being on the show.
Of course.
We got to do this again soon.
Would love that.
You and Lou got to do a show together.
Yes, we're tinkering with the thought of doing that. In fact, she
Firecracker
might be
Lou.
seen later today
Oh, really?
in a follow-up. I don't know.
Okay. That would be great.
But
We'd
yes,
love that.
I would love that too.
I'm tired of hearing my voice. Hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Ad Cause podcast. Lou's going to give me shit because I'm probably going to say this wrong. But you
and
need to...
just said an SH word.
Oh,
Are we allowed to cuss?
Yeah.
We're going to Gary
We're
Vee this?
adults.
Okay.
At fullsail.media.
That's our podcast handle?
Yes, that's
Is
our
it a
podcast handle.
It's a handle on
It's a handle.
podcast, Lou?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's neither.
It's a channel?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what
See,
Lou
this
does.
is where I need other people's help. That's why
Right.
we have a team.
That's right. Exactly right.
Case in
Thank
point.
you so much for joining in, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks.